Alice Kamande, and she's right here in studio at long last.
I'm here.
How are you?
How are you?
Karibu sana.
Good to see you.
It's really good to have you here on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Such a pleasure to see you here on Full Circle with Joyce. Ladies and gentlemen, the Alice Kamande. I want you guys to send out your love to her. 22999 is the SMS line. You can also reach me on social media at SwitchTVKE on Instagram and at SwitchTV Kenya on Facebook and Twitter. And I see a few of you commenting and just checking in with us even as we continue with the show. We're in about the last 20 minutes or so to go. Kimboy, Ben, Elder Tom, I see you. Captive Zion, you're tuned in from Amboseli. I also have Charles Kafu Kafu from Karatina. Kimani Dorcas watching us from Juja. And Victor DJ Bluetooth. Oh, okay. Victor DJ Bluetooth Muhoro says, good work, Cindy. You're talented. So thank you for that. And to the rest of you who continue engaging with us. But for now, Alice Kamande. Hey, Kwanzaa, Happy New Year. I haven't seen you in so long.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All those.
Hey, all those things. But how are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yes.
How is everything? I
Everything
see
is
you.
fine.
Mina kuananga tu kwa my Instagram.
Instagram.
Na
Yes,
social
I know we
media.
see each other on
Yes.
Instagram. It's like, it's nusu ya kuonana.
I know.
Yes.
But I want to hear about your music journey, and so many people do. I remember when you first burst onto the scene, I remember like that song like just traveled everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, ni wewe peke yako.
Yeah.
Hey, that song was it? If you didn't know it,
Yeah.
you living where?
Yeah.
Was that your very first song?
That was not my very first song, but it was the very first song I released out.
Okay.
Yes. So for 5 years, I was still doing something. I was going to the studio, recording stuff. But things were not happening like I had planned. It took so long. 5 years before you can actually see yourself on TV or radio or just have your music out there.
So were you trying, or you just kept like, was it this process of, you know how as you can constantly doubt yourself? Was it that, or was it you were actually trying but it just wasn't getting out?
It wasn't getting out. And then also things to do with the cost of music. Like, you know, music is it's quite expensive
Can
to
you
do
can you
music.
just repeat that statement? Because sometimes watu wanakudm wanakusumbua wanakudm kama mara 10 kwa siku ati. Why don't we have new music?
New music, I know. It's not that easy. But, you know, music has a lot. There's a lot that goes on into making music. So it's not just that you just wake up and just decide to release this song or just to go to the studio or write a song and just have it out there. So the plan was to have an album because I started out Kitambo. It's like 10 years now. But back in that time, it was better to have an album than a single.
Okay.
And like right now, we do a lot of singles, you know. You can sell one song.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you can't sell one song.
Yeah.
So there was that struggle of trying to finish an album so that I can also have something out
To
there.
sell.
Yes. So it reached a point where I was like, no, I think it's time up. And I had a lot of songs. I had at least around 5 songs then. But this one very song, Wewe Peke, is the one that I felt this is the time that I should have something out there.
Were
So I
you
did the
as
first.
surprised by because that song, I think, did you win like Groove Female Award? I mean, female artist? Or...
It was a Worship Song of the Year, the very first one. Then the second year, I won the Female Artist of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but by then I had released at least 2 songs.
Other songs.
Yes, Upendo Ule was out then.
Now, before I even get to Upendo Ule, ngoja tu.
Yeah.
Were you as shocked or as surprised? I mean, here you are talking about this journey that has taken so long, 5 years, you said?
Yes.
Just even trying to find the money to produce the music or to release it.
Yeah.
Maybe in that time having gone through so many seasons of doubt and even just wondering, Aki, God, what have you called me to? Was this for real? Like, if this is yours, why is it such a struggle?
Yeah.
And then, you know how they say in God's time, He makes
in
everything
God's time.
beautiful.
Yeah.
As you release it, then it's Worship Song of the Year.
Yes.
I mean, that's huge.
That was huge.
Were you taken aback by how well people received it?
Yes. Actually, it was like a confirmation. You see the way you feel like affirmed
Yeah.
that this
It
is
validated
the
that
yes,
struggle.
validated that yes, like God was telling me, I'm not done. I'm not done with you. I'm just starting out something great in you.
Yeah.
And so the journey started a long time ago. I was only 17 years old
Wow.
when I rededicated my life to Christ. And the person who had come to speak then told me that God was going to use me great through my music.
You were
Because
in
I
high
used to
school
sing
then?
back. Yes, I was in
Lazima
high
shout out high
school.
school.
Oh, yes. Nyeri Baptist High School, guys. Yes, Bapu. Yeah, it's the school to be. For those who are looking for schools right now. Yeah, so basically, that is where the journey started. Because I knew God had spoken to me and that he wanted to use me. And so I had already opened up my heart and willing actually to be
And were
used
you
of God.
able to then stay strong in the faith as well? Because sometimes when things aren't working, we
Yes.
begin to question God, and now we start looking for our own shortcuts. You know, were you ever did you ever consider, hey, maybe I should try doing, you know, this other type of music, or we like to call it wild music, but kidogo kidogo it just slides off into something else. Did you ever face that struggle, or had you at least built your relationship with God to a point that you know, rain or sunshine, God is going to remain faithful, and so I have to remain faithful to him as well with my gift?
The very important thing was that from the time I knew God wanted to use me to the time now I had my music out there and I saw myself the very first time on TV, I cried tears because it was a long journey. But what I always say is that God was building me up all that time. There were so many trials, you know, like lack of money to even do that, you know, put up an album, and you're like, God, you said you have called me. You say you are going to be with me. You know, we always think that when God promises, he'll just make things just automatically happen.
It's in the Bible.
Yeah.
I mean, David was anointed to be king, and Azuko being a shepherd boy, or Joseph, and then you were thrown in prison. Right?
Yes.
Like,
so you're like, what is this all about? All this in between. But it was a time that God was also building my faith every other day. So I have to say it was a foundation that was being built at that particular time. So I'm grateful that it actually happened. You know.
Okay.
There are a lot of trials in between
you went
there.
from Niwewe Peke Yako. What's the song title? Actually, because all of us now have our own titles for it.
Yeah,
we
there are people call
our own
it
things.
Hakuna Mwingine.
Hakuna Mwingine.
Yeah.
But now you went from that song.
Yeah.
Then I remember, I think at that time I was on another show, a gospel one.
Yeah.
And I remember when we got your song and we were playing it, and it was this upbeat gospel, and then Alice Izuko busting my like break dancing moves.
Oh my gosh.
Amevaa kanguo kingine yani inaenda tu on the screen, and I was like, wow. I was like, who is this person? You went from this to that.
Yes.
How was that for you? Like it was like you were just like tearing out of like a cocoon, or just anyway, at the very least it enabled us to see all sides of you.
Yes.
And then that you can be very diverse in your music. Yeah.
To be honest, I was scared. The very first time, because I was like, people don't know me as this. Number one, you just won an award for being a worship. So people just look at you like this worship person. So they had not seen the other side of me. And I was like, how are people going to, you know, like receive this? Are they going to receive it well or anything of the sort? But what people didn't know is that I was a dancer. I used to dance. Yes, back in the days when I was in college. So we were in a group of guys. We used to dance. Together, and we used to go to high schools. We preached the word of God through dance. So so I started out doing dance from Kitambo.
So did you actually do some of the choreography for that song?
I did choreography.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
that was really cool. Do you still put on your dancing boots once in a while?
Once in a while. In the house.
In the house.
Yes, I do that.
Man, Alice, there's so much love for you on our SMS line here.
Thank you.
Someone here is saying, hey Joyce, you look good. Quick recovery, be safe, and keep warm this week. Asante sana for that. Cecilia from Nakuru, you say you're loving the show as always. I also have someone here saying, hey Joyce, say hi to Alice. I love her music. It's Purity tuned in from Gong. Someone says, I just love you guys. Another says, I'm Marvel from Eldoret. The show is good. You look good. Salimia Alice, loving the show from Narok. Alice Kamande is awesome. I love her show, her songs. This is Cybernata Baringo. Tasha says, you're looking awesome, ladies. Have a lovely Friday. I also have someone here who says, hey guys, you look lovely. Say hi to Alice Kamande. I hope umesalimika na hawa watu wote.
Nimesalimika, kila mtu asalimike. Yeah.
Fantastic. So tell us, you know, what's next for you? I think people are waiting for even more releases.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you're hoping to do even as we wind down the year and get ready for 2020?
Yeah.
What's on your heart right now as far as where your ministry is?
Yeah. As far as my ministry is where I am at the point, I really want to just go by what I hear God speaking. There are times when you really are working so hard, like things have to work the way I want them to. You plan so hard.
Yeah.
Like I had plans for this year, very big plans for this year. Really because I wanted to celebrate my 10th year. But apparently we have like 3 weeks to go before the end of this year. Oh, it's unfortunate.
She's just like us, you guys.
Yes.
Akakuwa na resolutions.
Yes.
Some of them you meet, some of them you don't.
Some of them you don't.
Yeah.
But I've come to just release myself, not to really stress myself with anything. My plans didn't go as I had planned, you know, and there are so many things that happened between January and right now where we are at.
Yes.
So, but it's all for God's glory, you know. I'm still alive.
Yes.
I'm grateful to God.
So much to still
you
be
know, like
thankful
1
for.
month ago, I had an accident.
Wow.
And I'm here and I'm okay.
Yeah.
Every limb working and every part of my body working.
Yeah.
So I say I'm not gonna stress about anything, but I have plans. I have songs that I'm doing. I have like 3 songs in the studios which I've not released. So very soon you should see that, probably the beginning of the year.
Excellent. I think people are going to be so excited for that.
Yeah.
And even just to remember, as you're saying, there's no pressure. Like I think even for yourself, it's a continuous journey of just submitting to God and saying, wow, okay, where do you want me to go? And sometimes he'll just tell you, wait, Tulia.
Yeah, Tulia too.
Tulia too.
Yes.
I need to read some final comments before I give you a chance to sing. Someone here is just saying, oh my goodness, she never grows old. My favorite song ni Upendo Ule. It's called Ule.
Ule, Upendo Ule.
Nakwambia watu wana remix majina hapa.
Yeah,
but anyway, it's okay.
it is well.
And then they say, she's a dancer. Huwa na vile napenda kudance. She is. And in fact, I think you're also a fashion designer. Do I remember you used to design a lot of your outfits?
Yeah,
Wow.
I still do.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
Kamande says, I just love her songs. Shipra Shiro says, I'm in love with her voice. Mercy Wairimu Arjan is watching us from Embakasi. And you say you love her as well. Antonio, Nze, guy, huyu ako na swali ingine hapa nauliza ka uko na mtu maishani. Sijui mpango yake ni gani, but hiyo Anto utajipangia mwenyewe. Alice, you're going to perform for us Sambaza.
Okay, yes.
Tell us about this song.
This song, I wrote it in 2013. I had actually gone to the mountain to pray.
Wow.
And God just gave me this song. I had a track for it. This song, the track was made by, what's his name? Okay, they're all bees.
Teddy B?
Teddy B, sorry. Yeah, so when I was there, that's when God gave me this song.
Okay.
Yes, and it's about going out and reaching out to everyone all over the world.
All right. Yes. Well, Alice is going to be performing that just now. And let me say kwaheri.